Let me tell you very quickly about Rabbi Guttman. He was Mayor Giuliani's rabbi. He gave the benediction at both of Mayor Giuliani's inaugurations in 1993 and 1997, and he was the New York City representative to the United Nations, so he dealt with people from all over the world, also a dear friend of the Albanian people, and a proponent of yours in the United Nations. I'm proud to introduce Rabbi Guttman out of sequence to give the benediction. Thank you so much.
He has to catch a train.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Congressman. And I go back with the Congressman all the way back through our dear friend Ron Rettner, also to the 80s, so we're all younger now than we were, right? Okay. Yes. Avinu Sheba Shemayim, O Father who art in heaven, first bless the Rettners, DioGuardis, all the assembled here, all of the friends of the Jewish people, all of the friends of the Albanian people. And we should bless all the assembled here who have come today to celebrate and to commemorate 100 years, the centennial of Albanian independence. And again, this is people who understand history. I'm a historian as well, and this is the last 100 years, as was mentioned earlier, has been an amazing period for the entire world. And also, as a child of a Holocaust survivor, unfortunately my father was not from Albania. If he was, his entire family would have survived. Unfortunately, he wasn't. My father, though, did endow me with the spirit to understand and to thank people that helped Jews during the Holocaust. And again, to learn more about the nation of Albania, which as a corporate whole basically saved all of its Jews. Again, no other nation did that. This, for me, I know my father who is watching from the heavens, and my grandfather who perished in Auschwitz, who I am named after, they're watching this today and blessing all of the assembled here. So again, I say to you, thank you, God bless, and again, I know we're not ending the show right now, but nevertheless, Father in heaven, Avinu Shebashamayim, Ribbonu Shel Olam, please bless all the assembled here with long life and health for you and your families. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now, before I forget, there is, believe it or not, in the room, an Albanian family that was recognized by Yad Vashem, the Nossi family. I guess they live in Maryland, and they saved a family of Jews called Menahem, I believe, and Gregor, the son, is here. Is that you, Gregor? Stand up. He showed me the certificate. Thank you for coming. So his family's been recognized in Yad Vashem, and let me put a footnote. And by the way, if someone finds that, I had it in my hand and I misplaced it running around. That is an official certificate from Yad Vashem. I'd like to have it back. All right? But in any case, you know, Agim, just to follow up, one of the things that we're going to do, Shirley and I are very tenacious, let's say, and persistent. And the Albanians represent an unusual situation for the Jewish Yad Vashem. Why? Because for 47 years, the communist government never allowed the Jews who were rescued to connect with the Albanians who rescued them. But they received the letters, took them, and put them in the archives. That was the file I had. So one of the things that we're going to do, our Albanian American Foundation and Civically, Shirley and I, we're going to lobby Yad Vashem to make an exception for the Albanian people, because people like Arif Alichkai cannot get the award because there's a strict rule that someone has to be alive to give verbal testimony personally before that happens. Well, in the Albanians' case, look how many people died in 47 years after World War II. So it's not really fair. So our job is not finished, Agim. We're still going to try to get that medal for your father, okay? While we recognize Kosovo, while we hope to get Israel to recognize Kosovo. Now, let me finish this little geography lesson. Here it is. 45 miles. Now, why do I say this? We have to thank Italy for letting tens of thousands of Albanians across to allow them not only safety, but to continue their language, their traditions, their culture. And today, in these 51 villages, guess what the government of Italy does? It pays for the Albanian language to be taught in writing and verbally to kids up to the 8th grade. We don't have that in Montenegro, and we have that in Italy. Would you believe it? So, I just wanted you to see this, and Connie, you can start coming up because you want to hear from Connie Morella. You see this over here? When the Albanians came across, they built a huge fort and castle. Why? Because they knew the Turks were going to come after 1488, and they did come in 1525, but they were weakened so much by the Albanian general George Castriati and the siege of Skodra. Once they fought here and lost, that was it. They couldn't take over the rest of Europe. So you might say that the Albanians prevented Europe from being totally Islamicized if they had not done what they did. But here a castle was built. It was so big in Calabria that they called it the Albanian castle. Now, my Italian friends, I have to tell you this. Calabria is not an Italian word. It's two Albanian words, Kalaja, Abria. Kalaja meaning castle, Abria meaning Albanian. They converted it to Calabria. It's two Albanian words. Okay, with that.
Okay, I am Connie Albanese Morella, and I approve this message. And the message is, I just really want to thank the Albanian American Civic Federation and League for this celebration. It's nice, particularly in Washington, to be able to come to a celebration and to celebrate not only the 100th anniversary of the sovereignty of Albania, but to also celebrate the 100% rescue of the Jews in Albania from the Holocaust. And so you've heard all the speeches, you know all the history, you know what the commitment is to the future, and I do want to thank Shirley and Joe for what they have done. I know they've gotten applause before, but join me in giving them another round of applause. They are indefatigable. They are committed, and they have the longest events in history.
Thank you.
That's the one today. So, thank you. So, thank you all. Here's to the Albanian, Jewish, American friendship. May it continue and be strengthened.
Thank you, Connie. Thank you.
And long live Italy. Viva Italia.
Just a couple of quick recognitions. Marco Kepi brought 10 young Albanians from New York in a van. He picked them up starting 4 o'clock in the morning. He formed a group called Ronjet Shqiptar, which means Albanian Roots. So the younger Albanians, they're getting educated, learning the computers. We've got also our friend Muci Jepper, the Albanian American Freedom House. He's here with his people from Maryland. Thank you for coming. And now, I don't know how many other organizations.
And we have Jim Volpe, who we must recognize, our very good friend, Italian, from Florida, also from New York. With that, I think we are well past our time. It has been such a wonderful experience. We've enjoyed it. We hope you have. Roft Kosova Ilir, Roft Shqipëria, for those of us who are in Albania. Happy 100th year celebration, and may we all look forward to a future of working together. Good afternoon.
And thank you all for coming.